Het Amsterdamse Wereldtheaterfestival organiseerde deze maand een Europese tournee voor de Ndere Troupe uit Uganda. Onder leiding van Stephen Rwangyezi probeert dit theatergezelschap in de hoofdstad Kampala, maar vooral in de verre binnenlanden, het publiek inzicht te verschaffen in de gevaren van aids, de dreiging van corruptie en de waarde van de eigen cultuur. Met financiële steun uit nota bene Oostenrijk slaagt de Ndere Troupe erin een autonome bijdrage te leveren aan de wederopbouw van hun land.
Remember that the audiences you're used to in Uganda are rather different from the audiences here. If you're expecting people to and come and join and participate, the audience here is likely to just sit down and at the end of it all, clap like computerized responses. So don't be shocked. Don't be shocked by the computerized and programmed reactions. Let's do it. The choir there, the Lawino's group here, and let's go through it. King on your throne and the Katikiro. It was difficult to smile in these gardens, really. I think one thing that the hotel has done in these years has been to keep us here and popularize the place and make people realize that actually you can go there and play drums and children can play in the gardens, and people have forgotten about it. Idi Amin had his offices here, his secret army or secret police had their offices here, and it became a very famous or infamous torture chamber. Many people were killed here. Even later on in Obote's days from 1980 to 1985, this was a very, very dangerous place. I don't know how many tourists know that they are staying in rooms that used to be bloody. I know of people who were thrown from the 5th floor down.
The president entertained his guests at the Kampala International Conference Center.
And yet it's such a nice place. Very, very spacious rooms, nicely equipped, air-conditioned. Because it was made for presidents. It was supposed to be accommodating presidents who were coming into the conference hall. And they had turned it into a slaughterhouse. It's meant for happy human beings, not for killing. There is no other place in Kampala where you can take your children and have a decent entertainment. So parents have now made this a regular habit, and they come here every Sunday. And this is one of the ways, or the most regular way in which we earn some money that keeps the troupe going.
For everyone who was listening to this program yesterday morning, we'd like to apologize. The studio has been repaired, and the police have agreed to drop all charges.
And now, back to the morning crew.
Time right now is 8:18.
We are not formal here. We just.
I think you are not.
We are not. Nicotine dose. From Ndere Troupe, we have Mr. Stephen Rwangyezi. Good morning.
A very good morning to you, President.
And we have Mr. Ochol.
Good morning.
If you don't remember, ladies and gentlemen, this was the gentleman who came to my station weighing skins.
And he did something like...
No, that is not supposed to be in Luo. It is supposed to be in Rinyankore.
We want a translator. Stop. Good morning.
All along I was just introducing myself.
Chefugo is supposed to be in Rinyankore, not in Luo.
No, it is in Luo.
That's how they are supposed to be doing.
Stop! Let us discuss. Sam is coming in with capital news next. By the way, Ndere Troupe, will you vote for me for mayor? I'm running.
Depending on whether you are not going to be involved in Vichupuli.
Good morning, I'm Sam Ayo. The mayor of Kampala does not intend to resign, despite the 15-month jail sentence handed to him yesterday by a judge in the American city of Boston. Sources in Kampala say there will be intense pressure to oust the mayor, and he'll most likely lose his job if he spends more than 6 months in prison.
This is the mayor here. The craft guy, yes. And this is Minister Nkanji. This is some of the home news. This is the life up country. This one guy preparing a meal. Yeah. This is what is happening in Nigeria. The daughter of Abiola, who was shot dead. Yes. And this is more of home news. City life.
Award giving ceremony, 91.3 Capital FM. Oh, I got a deep voice.
Well, okay, later. You go and practice. All right, that's the news in the morning on Friday.
The news on Capital, brought to you by Celto, keeping you connected.
Yeah, the news.
Now,
Tell us
about this plane in Barara.
This plane in Barara, which we call sweet venos, is basically about corruption. Venos are the intestines, the inside of a person. And we are saying that if you enjoy eating your own intestines, trouble is what you swallow still comes out. And we're looking at corruption in that particular imagery.
Can you elaborate on that? Because
For those who are having breakfast, you can switch off the radio.
No.
Yeah, but you see, the whole concept is that corruption is that unpleasant. And you are not going to enjoy life if you are consuming the very basic concepts that may help you to enjoy the life.
There are no political affiliations in our group. It's just a performing group, and that's it. And we try our best not to be influenced politically at all.
So you're showing this in Barara tomorrow?
We are showing this in Barara tomorrow. We are looking at, we are presenting it at the Independence Park, free of charge to the public.
Free?
Yes. Free
This is 1999.
Precisely.
Are you crazy?
Not at all.
How will you pay taxes?
The point is that it's already sponsored.
All right, that makes some sense. Okay.
When we performed there in September, it rained and the show was cut short. So we are in a way compensating.
Why did it rain? You can't prove. Are you sure that it was a cover-up?
Well, I hope nobody had designed that the rain disrupts and he's not exposed at this show.
Oppression. Well, I'll look into it. Don't worry. Why did it rain?
Yeah, that would be a good idea, but the fact remains that it rained and we are going to compensate. I hope it doesn't rain tomorrow anyway.
Very quickly. You said 22 towns. How do you balance the language? What language medium do you use?
Ndere Troupe is one of those troops that is gifted or is endowed with a multi-ethnic cast. And
Vous
so,
parlez en français?
the Francais the Francais don't exist.
Bolingo, Mambote?
Bolingo is in Zaire, so we do it in Arua.
What do I do?
We instead do it in Arua and talk about the
And now, from the home of the criminally obnoxious, the Morning Crew.
I just wanted to ask Stephen before we get into some good music. Stephen, so you gave us the example of hyenas.
Yes, I did.
Eating their own stomachs.
Yes.
Who are these hyenas? Time right now is 16 minutes to 9.
What is it all about?
Publicity of that show. Publicity of that show. He's calling people to come for that show. So he's talking in her language because we are in West. So she's talking in Nyakole so that people can come and watch that.
Sol, Hama, Kirjan, and Huba.
I'm looking forward to between 3,000 and 5,000 people.
That's normal, yeah.
Yes. Yes, but not normal for every theater group. It's quite normal for Ndere Troupe.
Okay.
I really hope it doesn't rain this time because I had organized it to stop the rain, but apparently the message I sent doesn't seem to have reached God. I see a few clouds.
Work on your contacts with God.
Yeah, I'm just going to call him on this phone. see right, I think I see other scars. So you want to go to meet him like this? I think there is a very strong goodwill on the side of government to curb this scourge of corruption. The Inspector General of Integrity is the one coming here. And his responsibility is to make sure that the public is not corrupt. So he's really the one in charge of fighting corruption. He has heard about this play and he thought he should come and probably be able to say one or two words. Really, most of the information never uses. Then you can do the. He has an office with investigators. So when you hear about a corruption case, you report, and he sends investigators. And once they get the facts, they prosecute you in court, and the court takes its action. He has a lot of power. He can investigate even the president. He can arrest a minister. But I think the problem is in investigation, because he has to use the police. As you see in the play, the police is one of those institutions that is quite corrupt. So let me run there and but thank you very much. So he doesn't eventually land on the very facts. This play, Sweet Venus, is about corruption. We are looking at corruption in this country and its dangers. We are looking at the roots of corruption, not the symptoms of corruption. So we are looking at the institutions like police, like the judiciary, like the church, like the education system, which are supposed to be the guardians of society, but which have let the society down. I think the public really reacts most towards the end when the people that have been so bad, who they hate so much, but who had a lot of state power, are caught up by the same law, and they get arrested, and the priest and the minister, the minister hangs himself and the others are prisoners. The public is jubilant.
Funira
Normally it's supposed to be 2 hours 45 minutes, but the public reacts and it goes to 3 hours in most cases. They were saying exactly what I already said. So they were supplementing or complementing my efforts, which is very good in fighting corruption. What they were acting is real. Many politicians say do exactly what they were doing. But the end is not good, and I hope that if the politicians see it, they will be careful, more careful than they are now. Yeah. I hope it will be taken around the whole country, not just in Mbarara. It would be very useful for all the people to watch and note its context. Okay.
Did you recognize any colleagues of yours?
In the play?
In the play?
No, I wasn't represented in the play. I wasn't represented in the play.
Good for you.
Okay. Okay.
Goodbye.
Bye.
The Inspector General of Government, Yotham Tumwesje, over the weekend while presiding as guest of honor in a play by Ndere Troupe Sweet Vinyl, said he was very grateful for the work Ndere Troupe is doing to get information down to the grassroots people. The IGG said the fight against corruption can only succeed if the grassroots communities are involved and are willing to fight the evils with their society. The Inspector General of Government is very pleased with the turn-up, especially of the young children, whom he said the future of this country lies upon. The IGG called upon all the people of Uganda to join hands with the LCs to fight corruption. And that's it for now.
The news on Capital, brought to you by Celto, keeping you connected. 91.3 Capital FM Morning Crew.
So what have you guys got next after Sweet Venos?
Yeah.
After Sweet Venos, we are doing Lawino and Ochol. We have written a play adapting the books of the late Professor Okot Pabitek.
Oh, yes.
And we are taking this particular play to Europe. And we shall be performing Lawino and Ochol in Netherlands, Germany, Belgium, and Austria.
Are you going to speak in Acholi?
Well, if required, yes, there will be. Drama and theater is a language in its own. So, stand by. The situation here is often without lights because the electricity in Uganda goes off and on. And sometimes we have to do with the lights of the cars, candles, and so on. But, okay, start. Heads up, heads up. Sustain it. have kept quiet. You have kept quiet. You're quiet. The real theater in Uganda, the real theater in Kampala is here. This is where people really get together. Beyond on the other side is a huge market that feeds the whole of Kampala. All the people pick their food from here, exchange their ideas in all sorts of ways here. There is no formality. When you really want to create theater about Uganda, being here for an hour will give you 10 scripts. Now is when we can say we have had the first stable period since independence. Yeah, it has been traumatic. And theater-wise, it's the only period that we have had people free. Traditionally here, we have known that the music and the dance was never only for entertainment. It always had serious information that people always took seriously. If you looked back in tradition, the men and the women would always be listening to the soloist in a folk song and noting the commentaries that that person was making. And if you said that you had a belly that looked like that of a pig, you would reduce on your eating because you would know that everybody has been talking about you. So that tradition has been carried on.
They told me, stop washing cars, you come and unite. Because washing cars here, locally, it wasn't good. With these people are not educated, they normally fight, by the way. People here degrade musicians. Originally, they used to degrade musicians. They thought it was not good. But Ndere has shown many groups that music is very important. For example, I'm a Muslim. Muslims could not be allowed to drum. Yes, you go to a drinking place when you're a Muslim. Even at the village, they could say, no, don't play that. I had a judge as the grandfather who could make drums and tubu fiddles. When we were going to fetch water, I could sneak there for 5 minutes and play and tubu fiddles. Then from there, I just realized when I came down in there, hey, this thing is very important. But they could not allow us in villages, especially me.
Because you were a Muslim?
Hey, but even my mother was a dancer, and my grandparent from the side of the mother was a good musician. Maybe it is inherited.
My objective in theater is not to just to do entertainment, but to use entertainment for educational purposes. Now, the people who are in serious need of this education are not here. They are in the districts, they are in the provinces. So, and also, really, when you perform to those people, you get thousands of them coming and watching. These are people who can not pay for theater because it's expensive, but it's also people who appreciate it. It's like luck falling from heaven. They have not seen it before. And you feel that you have very, very direct and intimate communication with them. So I prefer upcountry. Nevertheless, the people who take decisions, who take policies that affect the ones in the rural areas are here. They are not in the bushes. So we normally design our plays in such a way that we target both of them. When we have a major point to hit at the people in the city, we do it here. And then we adapt this same play and take it to the provinces. But it is down in the provinces that you feel that what you are doing is producing quick results.
Lawino, the fairest. Look at me for once, so that those large and sparkling eyes can bring sunshine into my dark life. Do not continue denying me those large, wide, and dimple-guided smiles, for they are the only source of warmth into my dark and miserable life. Lawino, should I go to war? Why should I die? Men die and toil for their wealth and children and wives. I have none of this. Lawino, smile at me for once. Smile and make me a man. Smile and awaken the giant in me. Smile and release my spirit from prison. Start a song. Children, tie up your dogs. Here comes Ochol.
Around 75 there, whenever a vehicle came to our village, everybody was so scared because we definitely knew that the soldiers of Amin had come to pick either the community leader or maybe an ex-soldier, you know, or some of the families, like my family, because my father was working with the military in the 60s, and our families would think that maybe now they have come for our family, because since my father had disappeared, and we would all go into hiding. And sometimes vehicles passed, and when we were at school, would run to the road to see it, you know. So it took me a while to get into town.
My mother is not a very rich woman. She couldn't continue helping me. She struggled and reached where she could put me in the world and say, now, can you struggle on your own? And I think Ndere has taken me on, and I feel proud of it. And I feel proud of the work they do to the young kids, those who have joined or who joined younger than I was, because for me, at least I joined having become a teacher. But some come in primary 5, primary 6, very young. And when I see them going on and having a hope that one day they might become someone, I really feel proud of it. And I think Ndere deserves the merit. Yeah.
Once I dropped out of school, I said, what can I do, God? Men, they have AIDS. My mother told me, men have AIDS. Never tamper, you die. If you get AIDS, this will happen, that will fall and die. I said, oh God. I said, okay, I'll stand on my own. I'll do whatever it takes that I'm there. My mother could come and check on me, if he gets some food, he brings to me. Like that, keep on checking on me. When I joined in Ndere Troupe, he no longer checks on me. He thinks everything is okay. Because they give me food. Sometimes they give me some money too. So I'm okay. I'm okay.
I am a teacher. I teach in a primary school, which means I teach formal. I give the children formal education, which is not the indigenous, the old type of education that we used to have. Okay, Kabali, thank you very much. I think I can continue from where he has stopped. Can you clap for him? Yeah. I hope that everybody at least had given at least one sentence to Kabali. Is it true? Yes. You're sure? No. Here in Uganda, it was very difficult for people of different tribes to live together and live happily, because we have very many tribes, very many languages. We had insults for every other tribe, even up to today. You can talk of an Acholi and the person tells you something so bad about the Acholi. Someone talks about the Uganda, something so we couldn't meet. But when I learned about this group and I know that they could live together harmoniously, that one alone made me feel that I need to live in such a place, because I really feel that there is need for Uganda as a country, although it has very many tribes, to live as one person, which is very difficult outside. Even today, outside in Ndere, it's very difficult.
On the rebels following the attack on Kicho 2 weeks ago. A horrible smell of rotting fish is hanging in the air in Rwangara and Toroko landing sites in Bundibujo district following the recent mass poisoning of fish on Lake Albert. The fish were poisoned by yet an unknown group of people.
That thing. Yep.
That's it.
That.
That's it.
That's it.
I wake up every day at around 5, start preparing myself. Sometimes my wife and I have to read in the morning, and then we prepare the kids, take the kids to school, and then I go to work with Ndere in the office. Then after office, I go to the craft shop. Sometimes I go to make my instruments. And then when I finish making the instruments, I run to Makere because I'm also doing a degree course at the university. I go and study. I finish studying like at 8 in the night, then I run for rehearsals. Then I come home normally 11:30, midnight every day. So like every day we have, I sleep here for about 4 hours.
If you please come. Yeah, just across. The very last door you see of glass is the president's office. Really? Yes. That's the president's office. He sits there, he does his work there, we do our work here.
It looks as if you're sitting in his lap.
Almost. I rarely see him, though. But he sits there, and if nobody tells you, you can't know. That's really one thing that we are very proud of as far as this government is concerned. If nobody tells you that the president is sitting there, you won't know, because his soldiers or whatever are not bothering us. No?
That's amazing.
Very, very amazing. Comparing Uganda's history of a few years ago to now.
There was a traditional, a performing group. I forget the name of the group, but it was a political group, and it belonged to the government, in fact.
Eager artists who wished to entertain their president, every minute he stayed with them, were already performing.
The African beat. It used to be called African beat, and it was a group which came into being during the regime of Idi Amin. As soon as Idi Amin went out of power, this group collapsed totally. And yet it had started very well, with very nice objectives and activities. So it had to die out because the political affiliation was over. Mm-hmm. That's something we wouldn't like to happen to Ndere Troupe.
The director has the guidelines, but he exposes the whole thing to the members, even when he's not there. When he's gone or when he's not present, maybe when he has left the troupe should continue. People should have the knowledge, the know-how of designing and making plays to make the troupe continue. As the king, I contributed on the point of making the king lose power. That the music of Europe should clash with the African music.
This is the courtyard of the king. He sits here. This is his throne. If we get the Europeans to come from there or there, the king goes there. If he was not a coward, I would make him go there. So, as long as you don't go to the black stones, because the black stones are very, very slippery. Okay? What is it? Kakati biwede emi mamujijewa guguno. Okay. Louder.
I'm playing Ochol. He's a son of a chief who was brought up in the palace to become the next king, the next leader of his society. Ochol had just been wedded to his new beautiful bride. Now, when the Western ideologies came in, he dropped all he was prepared for and jumped into this new life. And that is where he began going from. He dropped everything African, was primitive, was retrogressive, was stupid, and said, now this is great. It's like a dog wanting to behave like a cow. He has no, he has no idea. he has no root. He has nowhere to begin. It's like you pour water in the air and expect it to stay there when there is nothing to condense it. The water will either splash everywhere or you have nothing.
Stop it! Stupid! Lawino, I cannot believe that your ears are so blocked that you cannot appreciate such beautiful music.
Ochol, since when did that music become wonderful? Since when did you start comparing the music which came to your ears a few minutes ago to the meaningful and wonderful music of your people, which have treasured all your life through? Since when? Ochol, remember how you crawled. Please, Lawino. How you begged. I beg you. It was because I knew how to sing the songs of your people. That's why you got attracted.
That was emotion, not reason.
Oh, yeah.
Lawino, let me tell you.
Before we take the next step, before we completely dump what we have and say go for the computer age, we should know that what makes Africa different from the rest of the world is what makes Africa valuable. What makes Holland, for example, different from Britain is what makes Holland valuable to Britain. So there must be some difference. And as a result of this difference, you create need for each other. Because if I have something I need from you, you have something I need from me, then we have that exchange. And this exchange causes an element of need for all of us. I need you in order to survive. You need me in order to survive. Therefore, you protect me, I protect you, because we need to be together in order to make life meaningful.
The songs and dances of your people is like a rotten buffalo left in the wilderness by fleeing poachers. The nose is full of houseflies sucking the rotten mucus. The eye, 2 balls of green houseflies sucking that salty sap. Maggots wallowing all over the buffalo, in the wound and the past. That is the song and dances of your people.
Ochol, don't you feel ashamed to compare yourself to a rotten buffalo? Don't you feel ashamed?
You have no right, you idiot.
I don't think that I really lose, although I lose the husband. But I think I still have something to be proud of. I don't think I lose everything because they don't take away everything that I have. I remain with what I treasure. That is the cultures of the Acholi, the music, the dancing, and the way of doing things. And that I remain proud because I don't behave like a simple fanatic, a person who just runs around with change.
And he shall reign forever, forever.
So I sit back and reason and think about what I am, and I just don't go with change as it comes. So I'm proud of that I'm not easily taken with the modern culture or the modern ways.
De overeenkomst tussen koningin Beatrix en filmmaakster Brigitte Helenius is dat beide grote belangstelling hebben voor China. Met de hulp van 3 toonaangevende Chinese dichters probeerden de cineasten te ontdekken wat de gevolgen zijn van de turbulente gebeurtenissen uit de afgelopen 40 jaar. Een Chinees gezicht, volgende week maandag in Het Uur van de Wolf.
Let's go.